All right. Well, we're back. The Graveyard Shift movie podcast.
Heyo.
Hey, yo, this week,
What up?
who was it? It was Mavericks pick.
Yes, it was.
Let's
He-
be okay. Let's clarify why he picked what he picked. So let's tell
oh
people.
yeah, well he picked Peninsula, and then it turned out it's not available in the U.S. right now. It's still only available in South Korea. So then he went to his backup, which was 13 Ghosts from 2001. Boy, if I thought that Halloween H2O wasn't as good as I remember, this movie was one of my favorites when I was a kid, and now not so much. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with giving this movie a 4. So there you go, Maverick.
Wow.
Looking at Maverick all mean like.
Hmm.
Let's see. It's a 2, dude.
A
It was
2,
bad.
yeah.
It was bad. Very bad.
Tyler.
I give this movie my first and ever 1.
Goddamn. did did you give what did you give Society? Oh yeah, we're back to the Society crew, just the three of us.
I don't know what I give.
Bags decided to take the week off, so it's just the three of us.
He's an Aspen on the slopes.
Yes. I don't know. I think you gave it a 2, but then I think as we talked about it, you were like, this movie really deserves a 1. But anyway, so we'll give this one a 1. All right. Well, getting ready. Spoiler talk. Spoiler warning. Spoiler talk. I like that better. Go watch the movie. Head back over here. Or you can just listen to us and not watch this movie, which one of the two is a smarter decision. But anyway, 13 Ghosts. Begin.
So this movie could have been amazing. Like the story, I kind of wish they do a prequel, just with Matthew Willard. Is that his name?
Lillard.
Yeah,
with the L.
Because he was the best part of the movie. Everything else just didn't belong. Like everything else was bad. Like none of it was good. That little fucking kid.
That little kid started off where I liked him, where like he's at the table and he's like, "Our mom burnt to death in the fire" or whatever, which I was like, okay, that's funny. And then the longer it went on, I was like, I hate you, little kid. Like, yeah.
But shout out, it did have a picture of Mav as a baby in this movie. So,
oh yeah,
I like that you made an appearance, Mav. Are you on the IMDb or?
No.
Well, you should be.
Should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyways, the story goes that they inherited their uncle's house, and they did like a pre-thing before this where they show the uncle die, capturing a ghost, which made no sense.
Yes.
And then like they go to the house, and then the ghosts get them or whatever.
That's basically, so remember when I said how me and Dad, we always just said that that one ghost was Sting. That Juggernaut ghost from the beginning is the ghost that we said was Sting. It is not Sting. It's just some stunt dude that I can't remember. But the whole beginning of this movie, okay, I get they have to show like them capturing the ghost or whatever, but they show this Juggernaut dude and he's tossing over cars and killing people. Yeah. He like bends one dude in half and sucks him into a car, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that was brutal, right?
Yeah.
And so they do all of that, and then besides later on with him twisting Lillard around a pole and killing him, like he didn't really do anything else in the whole movie. He just was sort of another ghost. I was like, what was the deal of building that guy up so much?
I mean, none of the ghosts did anything.
No.
Yeah, they really didn't do
like the lady who had her tits out, I felt so sorry for her.
Yeah.
Like that was just sad and depressing.
They made this movie rated R just so they could have that girl naked. But then like no, they don't curse or anything in this movie. I was like, what was the point of making this movie R just to have that girl?
There was a scene later when the jackals attacking Shannon Elizabeth and it like
ripped her shirt so you could see her titty. Like
what? Not really. It was like a brawl.
Yeah, and I was like, why even show that? I was like, sure, That
So here's a question.
okay.
And do you think that nanny was in the story at all, or do you think they watched the movie and they're like, "We need to put someone else in here," and they like didn't fit at all?
It was
They're
so
like-
bad, yeah.
I get she's supposed to be, I guess, the babysitter for the dude, but like the whole time I was like, so they can't afford a house, but they can afford this babysitter who apparently doesn't do anything because she's just
Yeah,
sitting
she
at the
didn't do
table
shit.
eating food. Like she doesn't do anything.
Can't cook. Didn't look.
Can't-
Didn't clean the
yeah.
whole time. I was
I
like, what
did-
You pay her for?
I will say, however, it got a laugh out of me when they had the scene where the kid was like, "Let's race," and she was like, "We ain't gonna race slowest." It took off. I thought that was pretty good, but yeah, I don't know what her deal was. She
like they
was-
could have made the whole movie about Matthew Lillard like doing the ghost thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, the whole movie just about him. But then like they did all this other stuff, and it was so like when he was dodging the ghosts, but he didn't have the glasses, and
That
she was like
was-
throwing him the duck and
Yeah.
stuff. And I was like, "This
That's
is
pretty
horrible."
good.
He's
Yeah.
like already
Wow,
dodging.
wow. He like throws her the glasses as the doors closing. I was like, my ass would have kept them shits. Like, you can fuck off. You ain't getting no damn glasses.
Yeah.
Another horrible part of this movie is he's running down the hallway, and he's like, "Give me the flare!" And they do this like action shot of him like, whoo, like throwing the flare.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why couldn't the other lady just throw the flare?
Just
like,
yeah, give him the
it didn't
flare.
even hit the ghost or nothing. He just threw it. And I was
Yeah.
like, what?
Those
Oh.
the glasses I saw, which I thought was pretty cool. So apparently, so this is a remake from 1960, a movie from
Man, these got
1960.
super dark.
He did.
He went to a black screen. He's looking up something.
Yeah, but apparently, if you went to the theater to see this movie in 1960, you had to wear special glasses to see the ghosts in the movie. And so then for the script for this one, they wrote in the part about the glasses with the characters. So I thought that was interesting. I was like, man, fucking, you gotta wear
did they do that?
in 1960, right?
Yeah.
I don't know,
Is
but
it like 3D or something?
no, because 3D didn't come around until the 80s. I don't know what it must have been.
No, they had 3Ds in like the 60s.
Did they really?
I believe so. If only we had some way of looking it up.
Right?
Because I swear, like, Jason was the first movie in 3D.
No, they used to have them at like drive-ins and stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like back in the 70s.
I'm gonna Google what was the first 3D
I got you.
movie.
I got you. I
Okay,
got
go
you.
ahead.
I gotta move stuff around because
Yeah.
I'm a dummy.
That
I'm too vain not to look at myself.
yeah. Also, the one ghost that we talked about who ripped Shannon Elizabeth's shirt or whatever and had like the cage on her head. There's a part earlier where they're like walking around, all the ghosts are free, and then Matthew Lillard's like, "Oh, that symbol, that means the jackal. If she's loose, we gotta get the fuck out of here, right?" And so, but I didn't hear him call her a her at the time, so I was like, "Oh, the jackal must be that dude from the beginning," because he was messing people up. And then it was like a completely different ghost, and I was like, "Oh, all right, all right, yeah."
1953, May 27th.
Ooh, what was it?
It came from outer space.
Oh,
It's a horror movie too,
yeah,
ironically enough. So
53?
53.
When was audio implemented in the movies?
like silent films
Before that?
that
Yeah.
fucking 30s.
Yeah, when did I don't know. I was gonna say when did Wizard of Oz come out, but that's the first movie with color in it, not the first movie with audio.
It says 1877.
The audio was in movies?
It's when Thomas Edison invented the phonograph.
Oh.
I see 1927, the jazz singer.
Oh.
Probably. That's probably like combined or whatever. Anyways, this
Anyways,
is how bad this movie was. Is that we're discussing?
yeah.
when
Can we talk
sound was
about
invented.
the terrible twist? Did you guys like the twist at all?
No,
When it turns
it's so
out that
bad.
like the fucking ghost freer lady ends up being in on it the whole time, and like she
Well,
killed her
there was,
boyfriend
like-
from the beginning and stuff.
that was the big twist. The other twist was dude wasn't a ghost.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was
Real
he was
twist.
like, was
But
that
okay,
makeup he was wearing? I don't know.
yeah, that's the question. Is like, all right, he died, and like the bloody thing and everything, and then he's still wearing it, and I'm like, this couldn't be the same day. This had to be
Right.
like,
Yeah, weeks apart at least.
Yeah. It was
and he's still
just
wearing the same thing. I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
yeah. It was just like they don't spend any time with that character before until she like shows up. So all you see of her is like at the beginning when she's like, "We'll never give up," and then she's like, "My husband" or something, and then she's just a bad guy. Like later on, I was like, okay. Also, movie where that lady was not a bad guy. She was Miss Honey in Matilda. She was the nice teacher who looked after Matilda. There you
Still a
go.
bad guy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start a new
Oh,
segment.
she was also in Army of Darkness, by the way. She was the love interest of Ash.
Did you see where they gave her like dreads, but not really? It was like white girl dreads, to where she had like pieces of hair clumped together, but it wasn't like a dread. It was just like gelled outside of her hair to make her look
No.
like a weird
Hmm.
witch or something.
I didn't.
I don't think
It
so.
was
No.
it was real awkward. I was like, what is what? Oh,
This is
I was like, they
Miss
fucked up
Honey.
her hair. Yeah.
Oh no, I didn't know.
Anyways, new
Yeah.
segment. We're gonna start a new segment. Okay, what was all y'all's guys' which I'm sure is not the way you phrase that.
Guys, this is
Favorite part of the movie.
favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, if you could pinpoint one part that you were like, that was legit.
It has to be a dude getting sliced in half by the sliding door.
So
And,
the
like-
lawyer
That was
guy.
pretty fucking.
Yeah,
cool,
and like
lawyer
him
guy.
sliding down and stuff, which I totally forgot about. I was like, holy shit.
That dude's from Teen Wolf, right? He plays the dude in Teen Wolf.
Sure. What
Talking about Michael
are
J.
you
Fox?
talking about, Michael? Yeah.
No, that dude's like a B actor. He's never been in anything.
I thought maybe he was just saying he was in Teen Wolf. I didn't think he
Yeah.
meant he was the Teen
He
Wolf.
may have been in the crowd at the basketball
He
game.
was the
I
guy
don't
with the
know.
dick that was hanging out. What was your favorite part of the movie, Tyler?
I'm thinking on it. I was hoping Maverick would go next, and then I would
He started
I don't
Googling
know.
Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf. Yeah.
J.R.
I'm gonna
Bourne,
s-
is that his name?
Sure.
But mine's gonna have to be a part with Matthew Lillard. I just don't know what part.
Hmm.
It definitely wasn't the end, I'll tell you that. But I don't know. He just was like all insane. He was like probably when he first comes across the lawyer and dude in the office before he signs the
It is
paper.
him.
Yeah.
It is
And he's
him.
just flipping out. I don't know. Like I thought all the ghosts were just horrible. Like little Indian kid who did nothing.
The little
but they were
Indian, I don't
afraid of.
Yeah, I don't understand. Yeah, they're like, don't make him angry. I'm like, why?
He's-
The coolest
The-
one, you couldn't even do anything with the chopped up guy, and like the
The
plastic
torso.
wrap. Yeah, the torso.
He was just. He
Ah!
was peg legging around the whole
Yeah.
time. Like,
I saw-
holy shit.
The way they did that is they just got a double amputee and they had him throw a sack over his head and they digitaled out his head, and so it's just him like, walking and stuff.
Hey, shout out for getting like a real handicapped person, right? Like, I'm
Mm,
sure there's not many of those in Hollywood getting work.
yeah.
So,
But yeah, he
Matt,
was,
what was your favorite part of the movie?
I'd probably go with
That part
when
with
dude
Teen Wolf?
was. Yeah, no, it I want to say. The very beginning, pretty much, where dude just going around killing everybody. The Juggernaut.
with the blood truck.
That
Yeah,
made no
the
sense.
blood.
It was like, hey, let's have a
Get
truck
the
that shoots
baby.
blood.
It was pretty cool looking, but I don't understand what
Yeah.
its purpose was. But yeah,
I don't know. It set up the whole, because that's the only ghost we see them catch is the Juggernaut.
yeah, the Juggernaut.
The rest are already caught at that point.
Yeah,
But, I mean, I thought it was pretty cool. You don't ever see going back to like Supernatural. Like if you want to catch a ghost, you draw fucking like lines on the ground and fucking salt circles. These motherfuckers had like plexiglass with like writing on it. Like you
Yeah.
don't ever see them catch ghosts like that. Or like fucking Ghostbuster style fucking ray gun.
The vacuums and shit.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So the second part of this is, what is your absolutely worst liked part of this movie?
It has to be the like 2 minute scene of that girl with the water coming out of the bath, and she's like, ah, ah. I was like, what? Like, she just kept
She didn't
doing
know
it.
what water was?
Yeah, she didn't know what. She never felt water before.
That's that crisp water coming out of the.
Coming out of the yeah.
Rich water, bro.
Yeah, I hated that. I was
Nutrient.
like, what are you doing?
Maverick, what was your least favorite scene in the whole movie?
Probably right after that intro where it's explaining the mom dying, and it's just that panoramic fucking.
You didn't like it when it was like, oh, we're having such a good time. Why is the smoke detector on? Oh!
Yeah, it was pretty, and it's just like a constant shot of like a revolving camera.
Yeah.
There's no reason.
For like 9 minutes.
Starts off with him like watching his kids play, and then by the end he's just staring at a brick wall.
And then it goes to him. He's fucking got bills on the wall, like unpaid, past due.
It reminded me of the Heavy Rain beginning, where like you're like a nice family and stuff, and then your kid gets hit by a car, and then you're like making TV dinners for your son. And stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Mine, I'm gonna go the opposite way and say that horrible fucking ending.
Ending was pretty bad.
Where he's like an action star all of a sudden.
Jumps through the whirling blades.
Yeah.
No
and
reason.
like the William Lillard being like, "You have the power."
It's in you. We're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Who has the power? What?
Hold on. And then when you think it's all over, you get the scene with the maid going, "This wasn't in the description. I quit." Rap music. And I was like, what?
This whole movie had the worst soundtrack
It was
of
pretty
anything
bad.
I've ever heard. And when she's like messing with the tapes and it's like, wicka, wicka, wicka. And I'm like, why would it do that?
Yeah, I thought she
voice-
was going to start scratching or
Mashing
something.
Controls, like,
Yeah.
it's fucking making everything go crazy.
I don't understand. It was
Did you like the cinematic, like fucking gears, like turning, and when she started fucking it up, it was all like exploding.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad CGI for 2001.
Yeah, it was super CGI though. Like
It was
The only part that really looked terrible was Miss Honey's death when she gets crushed in between the walls and
she turns to like a fucking Nerf ball at one point.
Yeah, that looked pretty bad. But besides that,
I didn't get that.
It
was like you just gotta make sacrifice. He just killed her for no reason. Like,
I think the hammer guy looked horrible, even though
It
he
was
was supposed to
pretty
look
bad.
menacing. I thought the guy's a clown,
with like railroad spikes in and shit.
and a hand was the hammer or whatever. I was like, I got
he
big
was
fists,
swinging it,
but
like slow too.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I said, that guy didn't make sense. The jackal didn't make sense. Why did she have a cage on her head?
You know, it really didn't make sense. It's just the fucking oversized baby or whatever, and the mom with the crooked eye that was a midget. And I was like, oh yeah. And I was like, what?
He had all this
Fucking
corn
baby
all
dip
over his thing.
That was pretty good, man.
Like, who doesn't like corn?
You had like the greaser with the baseball bat, whereas like
The Fallen Prince.
the Fallen Prince. Yes, please. And
I
That was
don't know
then,
what the
pretty good.
baby was called.
I think he was the best looking one.
Is the black horoscope a real thing?
I don't know.
Who's that?
That's what all those ghosts were representative of.
Oh, I think
The dark
maybe.
horoscope or the black horoscope or something like that.
I don't know.
No,
Did you like the? I went back and forth on it. I couldn't decide if I liked it or not. With it would just randomly like flash up like a ghost or something at sometimes, and like it would just flash all this random stuff onto the screen. But I did read famed critic Roger Ebert praised the production value, saying the production is first rate. The physical look of the picture is splendid. However, he criticized the story, lack of interesting characters, loud soundtrack, and poor editing. In 2005, he included it on his list of most hated films.
Damn.
So, there you go.
So apparently, on the Dark Zodiac, I am the War Maiden.
No.
So when's y'all's birthday?
March.
March.
Both of us. Yeah.
Are y'all the same? Whatever.
Sign?
Like horoscope? Yeah.
I don't know what my sign
Yeah, I
is.
have no idea.
Wouldn't it be
What's
the
yours?
same if it was March?
No, because the 21st to the 19th is one thing. So was your birthday? Both y'all's birthdays before the 21st.
1 through 14.
All right, you guys are the sword.
Ooh. Hey.
It's pretty lame looking.
Oh.
Oh,
I am the sword that guards the realm.
The sword is a symbol of glory, admired by the weak and coveted by the daring. Yet you remain true to your real purpose. You were designed to hurt, after all.
That's us.
fuck. I'm a lover.
Oh.
I'm gonna look into that more later. But anyways,
Yeah.
we'll get
I
back
saw
to it.
this too. One last little fact. I saw it. The special effects and sound mixing were so elaborate in this film that many people claim that the movie was physically painful to sit through. I don't think that was because of the sound mixing. Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the only movie thus far that I I put it on the second screen. Like
Uh.
I
It was
watched
so
it,
bad.
but-
Like, remember they're in the library, and the guy was like, "We gotta go get your kids. Let's go." And then he was like, "No, no, whatever." And he goes, "We're taking that," and he points to nothing.
Yeah.
First of all, and then it just happens to be like an extra panel,
yeah,
Yeah.
just chilling off to the
just
side.
chilling, you know.
Can maybe this is just me, okay? But they get this house, right? And sure, it's like this big, mansion house or whatever. But it's all these sliding glass panels with the gears and everything. And the whole time they're like, "This place is so great," and I'm like, I would hate this place. I would never want to
So
live in this
bad,
place. But
You
apparently,
couldn't hide from the mailman, like to
Yeah.
get the package. You couldn't be like behind the door, like waiting.
you couldn't pull the red lipstick ghost, like, like, waiting for the thing. I spit on my screen. Cleaned it off. But yeah,
I guess like there's so many parts that are weird. Like the uncle comes back and he's fighting. I don't remember the guy's name.
I have Monk. That's just what we'll call
Monk,
him.
And he's sitting there looking at him, and he takes off his glasses, and you realize he's real.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a whole wall of swords behind him.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah, like that whole like samurai displays there, and it's nothing but samurai swords.
They keep showing that statue or the armor, and I'm like, man, somehow that's gonna come back. Never does. You never see anyone.
Do you think so? Dude needed that. What was it? The widowed lover or something? His wife. He needed that ghost, right? Do
Okay.
you think the uncle started that house fire? The
Yeah.
killer? You
Absolutely.
think so? They never mentioned like he was like, oh, you like trapped my dead
I think it
wife's
was just an
ghost.
accident that he's taking advantage of. I don't think
Oh
he
yeah.
made the house fire. Yeah.
The only reason I thought about it is because they were so like, huh? Why is the smoke detector going off and stuff? Like they never saw. I don't know. I took it as in he killed her too. But
Did
he
they
might
say
not have.
why is the smoke detector going off, or did they say why isn't the smoke detector going off?
I thought it was why is.
Yeah, they
Well,
they
I mean
asked
that's a
what that
fire.
sound was, and he was like, "Oh, that's the fire alarm, the smoke
Yeah.
detector." Well, that's not. I'd be like, "Oh shit!" You'd hear me scrambling, not. Is that the fire alarm?
My wife
Yeah.
would wake up
Oh,
and be
gee,
like, "Is
let me
that the
go check
fire?"
it
And look
out.
over, and there would just be an empty slot in the bed.
The windows open already.
I'd have my
Yeah.
computer in my hand,
I'm
running down
waving
the hall.
outside, like,
Yeah.
"Look the fuck up!"
The
That,
kids, I'd be like, "Oh, they're fine."
They'll make it, I think.
That little kid had another weird line where he was reading the death reports and the sister wanted him to stop. And then he was like, "Can you tell her to leave me alone? She's being a little slut about this." It's like, what?
And Monk was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible.
"I'm glad my daughter's a whore."
Yeah, I did like when Monk tripped over the scooter. And he's like, "God damn it!" He's like, "Who put this here?"
I have moments like that at work all the time,
Hmm.
to where like the smallest thing. I'm sure you've had it too. Like you drop a can,
Yeah.
and you just lose your shit for no reason.
Yeah.
And it's just like the accumulation of everything.
Um,
But
you can tell Cyrus is a cool guy because when he sends that death message, he starts it off by lighting a cigar. Like you couldn't have lit that before you started recording, but no, he had to do it. But, yeah, it was. Ooh. Let's see what else we got in here.
I took that moment to light a cigarette just so I could be a cool guy. Too.
Oh yeah.
That whole thing was, he was like, "I'll see you soon." I was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to this house."
Yeah, right. That seemed real
sell it.
ominous.
Yeah, you don't want to see it? No, I'm good. Just sell it. Just
Yeah.
get rid of it.
I liked.
Yeah, I still don't. Well, I guess where they were living,
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Hey, free house," and okay, let's go as soon as possible.
I don't think you realize how poor they were. Like when
Yeah,
they opened
no,
the
I
door,
get
there
how
was a
poor they were.
payphone in the hall.
Yeah.
Like
They weren't doing well.
that's pretty poor.
Yeah. There was a part where Matthew Lillard was telling Monk that there were ghosts or whatever, and Monk sort of looks at him and he's like, "Goats?" And Matthew Lillard's like, "Ghosts!"
Ghost, goddammit, don't you hear me?
Yeah.
That the whole cast was wrong. Shannon Elizabeth is a horrible actress, but I love her to death.
But you mention her every time that other lady comes.
Jessica Alba. But like, she's beautiful, right? But I mean, I think she did okay. That little kid is horrible. Monk horrible. Even the lawyer was pretty bad. He's like, "Hey, nice tits."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
fucking cheeseball, dude.
Did you like the line with the maid where she's like, "Where'd the lawyer go? Did he split?" And I was like, haha, because he split in half. You get it? Yeah. It really. Also, Matthew, go ahead.
The age of the movie was so bad that when they watched the video from the uncle, it looked like a video game that you'd find in like the $1.99 section of Steam.
Yeah.
Right? Like the picture was super grainy. It was doing screen, but everything was at like a 420 resolution.
Yeah.
And you're like, ooh. So
Matthew Lillard just randomly changes. They never say where he gets his change of clothes from, but he's like, they just show up and he's wearing like a blazer and this nice shirt. And I think the only time they address it is the maid's like, "Weren't you wearing a jumpsuit earlier?"
Yeah, weren't you wearing an orange jumpsuit? What happened to your He's like, "I don't have time to talk."
Yeah.
Don't mention it.
They did that again with the Miss Honey lady, which I guess it makes sense now that she's a bad guy, but she comes in and he's like, "How did you get in here?" And she's like, I got in through a small thing that leads to the outside." And then she's like, "It's already closed up. You can't go back there." And I was like, it's like they just didn't want to explain how she got inside the house.
How did you get in here? I got in through a hole that no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask any more questions about said hole.
Yeah. So
it's like, well, where was it about? No questions.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like the whole movie is just bad. Like the story didn't make any sense. It was like the 13th ghost, and I'm like, who's the 13th ghost? Dude was supposed to kill himself and become the 13th ghost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then you had all these extra people. You had Matthew Lillard. You had
Cyrus, right? Which clearly then Lillard shows up as a ghost at the end. So I'm like, wouldn't you be the 13th ghost?
So the point was to have 12 ghosts open up the door, and then dude was supposed to have unlimited power. Because
he was like the
power,
scorned heart or something, and he was supposed to kill himself. Yeah.
Well, no.
Well, love. He was supposed to sacrifice himself, and love was the ultimate power.
But that was supposed to. The way she explained it, she said if he killed himself, it would close it, saving everybody.
Yeah.
But that might have just him to kill himself too.
Well, she was a bad guy. So she was just sort of telling him, "Oh yeah, this will close everything," but in reality, yeah.
Well, she even says, "I even tricked your idiot nephew into thinking whatever," or something like that. There's like a line in there.
Which then, at the end of the movie,
C4 from.
Huh?
She had like a little satchel of C4.
She did.
And she was like, "This will blow us in the next century." I was like, it's like 2 sticks of dynamite,
Yeah, man, that's illegal.
The end of this movie, like they just unleash a bunch of very dangerous spirits onto the world. Like I was like, what?
Did you see the end where they're just like kind of walking out?
Yeah, it looked like angels in the outfield. They like walk back into the cornfield. Yeah, which to be fair, I say very dangerous ghosts. The jackal and the juggernaut, 4 ghosts out of the 12 were dangerous. The spike dude and the bat dude. Everyone else was just sort of, ooh, like jumping out, spooky.
Where'd the wife go? Did she go with them, or did she just fuck off?
She showed back up all pretty, and then was like, bye.
She got like,
Disappeared.
raped or something. Yeah.
It'd be crazy if like she showed up at the end and she's all like normal. They're like, Mom, we missed you, blah blah. She's like, I'm burning to death in hell. The fire. Like,
Yeah.
I aborted like 3 of you before y'all came.
Wow.
You know, or like, you know,
Yeah.
like a real twist.
The mom now lives in a greenhouse she set up right outside of heaven. She just growing plants for Jesus.
Well, this whole house is kind of like a greenhouse, right?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah,
I mean,
they
Matthew
never. I guess
did
it
kill
was.
himself out of love, right? But I'm sure there's enough room for 2 people behind that glass. Just saying.
They could have
Yeah.
made it a whole lot easier for dude to kill himself. Like, I wouldn't want to jump into some spinning like gear that would have like chopped you up. Like, give me a gun.
God, let me tell you, they make us. Miss Honey goes through all the names of the ghosts. She's like the Juggernaut, the Jackal, all that stuff, right? And then like someone else says it later. I think Cyrus says it. And then once again at the ending, we have to listen as they go around everyone. They're like the Scorn Prince and all this stuff. And I'm like, I've heard these names enough. I don't need to hear them anymore.
What was the baby called then?
Don't even know.
Which one? The fat
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, the little Mav.
I don't know. I zoned it out.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know a couple, but I don't know all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There's a lot of like, but it's just this bad movie, man.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I was real
Matthew Lillard
disappointed.
should have done the whole movie by himself.
Yeah,
Like,
all
get
the
rid
parts.
of the family and just have him in there, like going through like one at a time.
Just
'Cause it made no
just
sense.
Passing out because he's a sidekick apparently.
mm-hmm.
Because like they're like the doors are opening, letting the ghosts out.
One
It's like,
at a
okay,
time.
cool, but they didn't really.
Yeah.
They let him into other rooms
Yeah.
that didn't lead anywhere.
Which then, like, Lillard gets locked in the room with that bat dude. And I'm like, oh, snap, it's going down. And then the door opens, like, a second later. And he sneaks out. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Why
So,
would you not play that song that calls them all to the room throughout the entire thing?
Yeah.
Play it the whole time.
Why let him out one at a time? Like,
Yeah, like this whole
Absolutely.
movie is. What about how the mom, or the sister and the kid, the little kid,
Mm-hmm.
disappear, but then somehow end up tied up
Yeah.
in the middle out of
Well,
nowhere?
I must have missed when the sister got took. Because just randomly at one point, I noticed she wasn't there. And they were like,
No,
we
it-
got to get your kids back.
She gets attacked by the jackal, and he
Yeah.
puts his jacket on her, and they turn around and they're like looking, they're like, "What's going on?" And they
Uh-huh.
turn around and she just vanished,
Is that what happened? Okay. I was like, where did she... Yeah.
and then they never see her again.
Which the kid, I was like, okay, the kid got snatched up, down in the basement. But yeah, I didn't know where the sister disappeared to.
Yeah, they just disappear and then you see him at the end all tied up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna channel my inner Maverick here for a minute.
Okay.
Go on a limb here and say that these ghosts are like cutting people up and punching them and everything else.
Uh-huh.
What stopped these people from like two-piecing up these ghosts?
Yeah.
Like that Juggernaut guy. I would have just drop kicked him right in his shit. Like, cause what else are you gonna do
Yeah.
I don't
He's
think
waiting to
you
die.
can touch them. I don't know.
if they
You
can
never
touch you?
see. Yeah,
Right.
that's my dad's philosophy on ghosts. If they can touch me, I can touch it.
It's also his philosophy with ladies at the bar, and that didn't, turn out 7 kids later.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
I
this
don't know.
this
It's
movie had a budget of a whopping $20 million.
What the fuck? That was the house alone.
A lot of special
All that
effects.
glass.
Yeah. made $68 million. So made quite a profit. Also, I just now saw this. The screenplay, one of the people who wrote the screenplay was little James Gunn. So of Guardians of the Galaxy
Wow.
fame.
No, back then he was Tromo, right?
He was
He was Toxic
super
Avenger, like
yeah.
this is like one of those movies he made that they were like, guy's a pedophile or whatever.
Mhm.
I forgot what accusations were against him, but
He
they were not good things.
he made those tweets where he was like watching the Expendables and he's like, "It's so manly. I'm gonna fuck the little boy pussy in front of me" or something like that.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's a quote. That's not Thomas saying. This is a
yeah.
quote.
Please be advised.
Flipping shit, boys.
And then I don't remember what the other one was, but yeah, that's now he's directing Suicide Squad 2, which I think they're just calling the Suicide Squad. So, sure. But yeah,
John Cena must be in there because I haven't
he
seen
is in
anything
there.
about
Yeah. Oh,
it. So,
wait. Anyway. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So
yeah, this
anyway,
movie's horrible. I would never.
biggest.
The glasses on and off like took away the jump scare.
Well, they would put the glasses on, but then like the ghost would still disappear and like pop up somewhere else. And I was like, well, what are the rules of these glasses? I thought they would just like you can see them the whole time.
And why was there a pair of glasses in every fucking room?
I don't know. I assume that was just planted. They were like, you better have, who knows?
You're like, because the director put them there. Is that
Yeah,
your answer?
that's that's what it was.
Why didn't everybody have a pair of glasses? Because I swear at the end.
Well, the the lawyer took one, and then they got broketed.
Well, he knew that ghosts were down there, right? He put the glasses on.
I think he
walked
knew
down
about
there.
everything. He knew
Yeah.
about this.
Well, he went down there and he was
Yeah.
walking around. And he's like, nice tits, and like,
And then he grabbed the sack of money. So I'm guessing, dude hired him to do that, right? Bring him there.
I don't think
Can we
so.
talk about that for a moment?
Oh, okay.
The sack of money was on like this pedal, and then
Mm-hmm.
when he picked up the sack, it like started the events.
Yeah.
But they put the key in and they go inside and the door closes behind them. So why would
Yeah.
that not start?
Right.
Why would-
Dude.
I don't know.
It's such a bad movie. Like James Gunn, he really let us down. Like the story of this movie is just bad. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
I watched this movie when I was like 8, and it fucked me out. Little 8-year-old Maverick. I
Yeah,
swear
this
to
was
God.
super scary for little 7-year-old
Never-
Thomas.
Never watched it again until yesterday night, and I regret watching like old movies like that I thought were good when I was really young, because now it's just ruined. Like now I know
Yeah.
it's a shit movie.
Yeah. Yeah, this
I
is
fond memories.
this was by far the biggest disappointment I've had so far doing this show. Is
When the best part of a movie is Matthew Lillard, then you know it's bad.
wow. But yeah, it was ooh. Anyway.
Can we talk about all the goons in the beginning? Like this guy was a Batman villain.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
had all these dudes, and they were all wearing like aluminum foil jackets and stuff. Like
Mhm.
they had like a uniform and all that.
It never said how he got like all his money. They say he blew the family fortune, or whatever, and then all we see is him chasing ghosts. Like we don't know how he got his money, and it's kind of like confusing.
I don't know. I hate that guy as an actor. So
What else was he in?
all kinds of weird stuff, and he always plays some like fucking like douchebag who like rips everyone off and stuff. So
Oh.
he's in a ton of things.
All right. We got anything else we want to talk about on this one?
I'm trying to think.
Shit.
I'll do one last scan of the notes, but I think
The water in the tub, the booby lady being like the most depressing part of this movie.
Yeah, she was mad.
I was just sad
She
the
was
whole
real
time.
stabby until it came to homegirl in the bathroom. Then she was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna chill."
yeah,
in the tub."
and it shows her like going down, but then like I guess the dad coming in the room stopped her, but like
Yeah,
why
no.
would that stop her from?
Like they showed her cuts and stuff, and it was my understanding that she killed herself.
Yeah.
That's
Like
a lot of
with
cutting,
that knife.
man.
So like, my question is like, she didn't necessarily want to hurt anybody. Like the mom didn't come out wanting to kill people. There's a really cool scene with the boy where he's going down the stairs, and you can hear the mom saying, "Don't come down here. Turn
Yeah.
around. Go back." Like,
Who's talking to him?
but you don't know the mom's there at that point. And I was like, "What ghost is trying to look out for this little fuck?" I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I was texting y'all, and I was like, "This dude needs to die." Like 10 minutes ago. So, but like I said, and Matthew Lillard at the end, just chilling, cleaning off glasses that he never wore.
Yeah, it reminded me of because somehow I don't remember how, but somehow this and House on Haunted Hill were connected. I remember talking about it when we did that show. Sure, whatever, that episode. But it reminded me of the end where Chris Kattan's ghost like comes in and saves the day and opens the door, and I was like, what is this guy?
When he was like, "You have the power," I was like, "What?" I'm still floored by that.
I don't. Yeah.
Like they have no powers.
No,
Like,
he just.
Says you.
I mean, it was a pretty cool jump, I guess, through the blades, but I think that was
but like
just luck.
let's think about this math teacher, Monk. He's going to sign the paper, and dude's like, "There's ghosts. You got to get out. You and your family." For a guy who like has no experience with ghosts or anything like that, he was awfully quick to be like, "Let's do that."
Yeah. Well, isn't it first? Doesn't he call him crazy? But then he touches him. Well, it showed Matthew Lillard can see everything that's happened to that guy,
Yeah.
but does that guy know that that's?
No, he has no clue.
Yeah, because the only time they show it before is like he touches Cyrus, and Cyrus is like, "Don't get nosy," like pushes him off or something.
Yeah.
Because like, if he would have been like said his wife's name or something, like I saw what happened to Evelyn or whatever her name was,
Yeah.
then you could be like, okay, so that's why he believes him. But they never did that. They just said,
Yeah.
"He's one of us. Let's go see the kids." So,
Yeah.
but that dude's such a fucking joke.
Monk.
He's like, "Listen, kids, I'm telling y'all, you stay here, don't touch nothing."
Yeah.
And then he turns around, walks away, and they're already out of the fucking room.
Yeah, they're like.
Dad, yeah.
Yeah. Once again, the maid not doing anything. They're like, "Where's the little Tommy or whatever the kid's name was?" And the sister's like, Evelyn or whatever was watching. I don't know the girl's name. And then she's like, "Well, I was with him, but then he lost." And he's like, "Why do I pay you?" And I was like, "Why do you pay her? What does she do?"
Can we talk about this little shithead with his recorder too? And then Monk finds it and he rewinds. Like, who knows how long that recorder's been there?
Yeah.
Then he just happens to rewind right when the kid's like, "Ah."
Yeah. Don't know.
This dude's editing pro.
Yeah. Kid has this weird fascination with death that they never really get into, which, like, I guess maybe it's after the mom dies, but it seemed like he had been that way for a while, so it seems like he was like that before the mom died.
All I know is the dude's slow as fucking with Scooter, man.
He is slow as hell, yeah.
He might as well have been walking. And then he was carrying it, and it was like that was like an ad to sell scooters, I swear to God.
Yeah, I don't remember if they ever said the brand or whatever. But I can't name another scooter brand beside Razor, so
Anyways.
Which then when scooters went out of business, they got into the electronics business.
I would hang up on you, but I don't want to mess up the layout. So.
Oh, all right. Well, let's wrap this shit up. Yeah, this movie. Ooh,
1 out of 10.
Like I gave it a 4. I think 4 is one level higher than I gave Society, but I think I'd rather watch Society.
I would rather watch Society than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with that.
Like, at least Society is just fucking weird. Like, it's got something there. So, yeah, this was, disappointing. Anyway, alright, well, thanks for watching. Next week, it's my pick.
Your pick? Yeah.
It's my pick. Gonna watch this movie. I've heard about it for a while, and I wanted to check it out, so I figured I'd bring us all in. It's from 2014. It's called As Above, So Below. there you go. It's on Netflix. It's streaming, so it's easy to find. Basically, from what my understandings are, is it's sort of a catacombs type movie, and bad stuff happens. Also, I'm pretty sure it's a French movie, so bring your reading spectacles. So, there you go.
No one here wears glasses.
I know, but anyway, so that's the movie for next week. Hopefully, Lil Baggins will be here to join us. He'll be back from Aspen.
Boulder. He's in Boulder, Colorado.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. I'm voice cracked again. Jesus, I gotta eat like a cake or something. I don't know.
You gotta eat some manhood. That's what you gotta eat.
Some testosterone, you little
Yeah,
boy.
fucking cake. I think you've had enough cake there.
Yeah.
Nancy.
Oh, all right. Hey,
Nancy.
like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Maverick, thanks for ruining my childhood.
Look out for a special Peninsula podcast when it actually releases.
When it actually comes out, yeah.
Somewhere near us, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Because we'll just do a special for it since we had to divert.
Yeah. And see you next time.